Pass the sticks to the Nebraska Esports Squad as they take you on a journey through the wonderful world of video games. Right here on Big Red Esports on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back. It is just Lexi and I this week, so we're going to quickly introduce ourselves and then get into some of the news that we have for this week. I'm Z. I'm the Nebraska Esports Club president as well as the League of Legends game manager.
And I'm Lexi. I'm the social media manager.
And Jaden, our Call of Duty game manager, is currently in Colorado on a hiking trip, and Sam is out of town for work. So it is just us. Sam also is our Overwatch game manager and our production manager.
And Jaden is our Call of Duty game manager.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So he's usually our guy that talks a lot about everything COD related or anything Microsoft, Activision whole settlement thing. He can go on for that. But this week we're going to be talking a little bit more about League and a little bit more about Overwatch because that's what we know the best about. For League, I've been talking about this for a couple weeks now about how Faker, one of T1's best players, one of League's best players, I will say, is currently out for the season. Or not season, but he's out, and he was supposed to be out only for 2 weeks, but it's been 2 weeks and he still isn't returning because his injury still needs more rehabilitation and more like healing time. So their replacement mid laner, Poby, still has to continue to play, which people say that he is not doing that well, and you can kind of see that when he plays against DRX, which is the worst Korean team in circulation right now. And then also they just had to play against Hanwha Life, which is another really good team, and they can't keep it together. Last week we also talked about how their head coach quit right after Faker basically said he can't come back after the 2 weeks, and so they have another head coach right now. I think his name is Tom. That's just like his gamer tag is Tom, and I was like, okay, cool. But he says basically that Faker's not going to be returning soon, which is kind of terrifying.
Well, because I thought that like Faker was gonna become the coach because it's been taking him so long to kind of get back in the scene or even just start streaming again. So I was like, maybe this is his time where he'll transition just nicely. He'll stay with the team, but he'll just transition into coaching instead of actually playing. But now that they just announced their new head coach, it's kind of worrying because it's
what is he gonna do?
What is he gonna do? Is he just gonna retire?
I can't see him retiring just because they continue saying, oh, he wants to rehabilitate, he wants to like heal and come back, but I am getting a little worried that maybe this injury is not gonna really heal itself and it's gonna kind of be stuck there forever. A lot of gamers we talked about a couple weeks ago how of like arthritis and they end up having issues with their joints and ligaments, and it's just like you can't return from it after that. After you've ruined a lot of your joints and stuff, they're just ruined. There's not a way to fix that. So I don't know the extent of his injury, but it seems like it's going to be pretty bad.
Yeah, I have a wrist injury from gaming so much, and like mine can't heal, so you just have to play through the pain basically. Yeah. And if Faker is not wanting to do that, then
I mean he has to play. He streams for like 6 hours a day plus, and he's practicing like even more than that. And then also on top of that, when he does play professionally, you're playing like back-to-back games for like 3 hours straight sometimes, and that's not easy to do, especially with a wrist injury. If you're sitting down and playing like just regular casual games with your friends for 3 hours, it's still gonna like affect your wrist, especially if you already have pre-existing wrist issues. So especially when it's like your whole career depends on it, it's really scary to see if you won't heal or not, like if you're gonna heal or not, which is like the big issue right now. In other League news, not less depressing, but also they just released a new game mode, which is a 2v2v2v2. So 8 players, teams of 2, and you get basically put up against another pair and you have to fight them. And then you keep going through everyone until one team is left.
Now, we've talked about this before, and I remember you and Sam were talking about it. And you guys were saying that tanks were kind of OP, overpowered in this game mode. Did they balance it at all, or have they announced?
It does feel a lot more balanced now. The issue now is that certain champs, not like any specific class of champions, which is what the characters are called in League, but certain champs feel a lot more overpowered in this game mode, just random, just because of how they work. So a lot of the bans are like Shaco, who is a clown who can clone himself and then just like
Yeah.
disappear. He makes himself invisible.
Okay.
And it's the most annoying thing when you're like in a tiny arena trying to find him and he's gone. You
Mhm.
can't find him. So he's super annoying. There's others like Timo, who's this little rat thing who likes to throw bombs at you.
Mhm.
Well, not throw bombs. He like plants. They're called mushrooms, but he plants basically like poison mines everywhere. And they're invisible once again, and you don't have vision control in this game mode. So you just step into them and die.
Mm.
So there's a few things that I think they need to kind of figure out how to limit, because they do limit certain champs in different game modes, like another game mode called Ultra Rapid Fire, where you don't have any cooldowns on your abilities and you don't have mana cost. So that means your abilities are basically free and you can just spam them.
Mhm.
And that's the fun of the game mode. But they had to disable certain things like Timo's shrooms because he could just spam an entire lane with them, and there's like 100 of them there.
Mhm.
And that's not fair to anyone.
Mm.
So I think that's a big issue right now, is just like kind of figuring out ability balances. The other thing is that they just released a new champ along with this game mode named Nefiri, who is a dog with daggers. I think I talked a little bit about her in a couple weeks back. She is a wild dog that kind of got possessed by a demonic dagger. That's like her lore or whatever. And lore is like the backstory, like kind of what created this character. And she has like a pack of like wolves that she works with that gets pack mates and everything. And she's super strong right now because she has multiple units that also do like almost have the same exact stats as her. So you have like 4 or 5 of her attacking you at one time, which is a lot of damage.
Yeah, and how is that not OP in like the 2v2 v2v2?
Oh, it is.
game
It
mode?
is
Yeah.
so OP. So everyone bans that one too. The other issue is that she has a dash.
Mhm.
So she straight up you can kind of interrupt it, but it's really hard to. And she just goes. It's like a point and click. So basically, you click on the person, and that was where it goes. You don't have to aim it or anything. So you dash straight to the person, and then you just like murder them because you have so much high damage or like over time and stuff. She has a bleed effect. She has like just like giant amount of burst damage. So they had to do a hot fix recently to just like scale her back a bit because she was a little strong on release. But I am excited because we haven't had a beast character in so long. We had a lot of like humanoid, very attractive characters, and I kind of missed having like the fun, mildly ugly or like just beast like creatures in the game, because we do have some of those. They're just very rare. So it was really nice to see that. They are working on another girl, like humanoid girl already, who's going to be a jungler. And we're all worried about that because we don't want her to look like a lolly.
Oh, yep.
League has an issue with making their characters look super young, but then aging them up really a lot. Like there's a character who's like millions of years old, but she's 12 also.
What's that one girl in Breath of the Wild / Tears of the Kingdom?
Pyrrha.
Pyrrha.
Yeah, Pyrrha.
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird because people will use that as an excuse of like, oh, but she's like millions of years old, and I'm like, she looks 12.
Yeah.
And so this is weird. So we're all fingers crossed hoping that they actually make it a real design. She's supposed to be a vampire or like vampire-like. So we're excited about the aesthetic. But yeah, we're all like, a lot of people on Twitter are kind of adding they're tagging a lot of the devs and a lot of the designers and be like, please don't make her a child.
Yeah.
Like, just don't do that.
Well, with Overwatch, D.Va, she's a tank in Overwatch. She was originally like 16 or 17, and they had to age her up
because of people's reactions to her.
Were being inappropriate with her, and so they were like, well, we just have to make her like 18 because the community is being inappropriate with age.
And so they didn't want to deal with that.
No, and it's unfortunately part of the video game community.
Yeah, a lot of stereotypes are untrue, but there are some that still hold true to certain people.
Yes.
Which is rough, but I feel like it's the same type of people everywhere. Same thing, you're gonna find that type of person, unfortunately, everywhere.
Yes.
But I mean, we're just kind of praying that it's an actually cool character and not another child. We had a child character. We really like him. His name's Milio.
Oh, I've heard about him.
He carries basically like, so he's based off of like Latin American origin, and he carries his like furnace on his back, and then he controls all of these like little flamigos. They're like flame balls. Flames, like if you've ever played Slime Rancher, it's like the slimes, but they're on fire, and he kicks them like hacky sacks
Okay,
to like
yeah.
do whatever. It's really weird, but it's like he's actually a fun character to play.
Mhm.
But I don't want another child character right now.
Yeah, especially if you just had one. There's really
Yeah.
you gotta diversify it a little bit.
Please.
Mhm.
Please, League. Please, Riot. Please, begging.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Riot, do you remember that Valorant released a really cool new knife?
Oh my god, is it the blade? The
Yes,
fan?
the fan. So it looks like a fan, and it was a Chinese or just
It's a
Eastern,
Chinese exclusive.
It was a Chinese exclusive.
And then they changed it to an Eastern exclusive.
And then they just opened it up, I think,
thank
to
goodness.
everything. Because I know Quarter Jade, I think, has it, and I was watching one of her streams the other day, and she had it.
It is so pretty.
It is so pretty. However, it is $40 for just that one knife.
And it's just because it has fancy effects, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yep. Which is insane. And there's 2 variants of the fan. So there's like a purple one, and then there's like a flame.
There's like a flame gold
orange one.
And that's because they have an event going on, and it's very heavily based in like Chinese mythology or like Eastern Asia mythology.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why they have all these special items right now. And that's why it was going to be a Chinese exclusive. But there's so much backlash on it being an exclusive that
they had to open it up.
They had to release it. But also they make way more money that way. Mm-hmm. So I don't know why they didn't do that in the first place. But
maybe to build more hype.
I was gonna say maybe it was for the hype.
The marketing. Yep.
I don't think I would pay $40 just for a fan.
Absolutely not. I will barely pay $20 for an Overwatch skin.
Yeah, I'm very iffy. If I'm paying $40, I want like 4 or 5 things.
And then even like most Valorant skins are meant for one. So in Valorant, you have like loadouts that you can buy. It's like very similar to CS:GO. If anybody's played CS:GO, it's basically the same thing as CS:GO.
And CS:GO is Counter-Strike Global Offensive.
Yes.
For anyone who doesn't know.
And basically in these game modes, you have you take different turns of either like planting a bomb or you're trying to defuse the bomb. And either you can take out the team before they even plant the bomb, or you have to defuse the bomb if you're
and like kind of take out the team while they're trying to stop you.
Exactly. So it's team versus team, but there's also other objectives to it. And each round you complete, you have a currency to then buy guns and flashbangs or grenades or something. So you only have a certain amount of money that you can spend per round. And there's different guns that come with that. And in Valorant, every single gun has a different skin. So let's say I really like this orange gun skin, but it's only meant for one gun. And that orange skin can cost $40. So even if it's not like Fortnite where you can buy, a gun skin and it can go on any skin.
The customization that you can add on to everything. Valorant skins are very exclusive to one gun.
Exactly.
Which is something I found out and I was not a fan of.
No, it's exactly why I will not play Valorant, because my friend Mary, she caved the other day and she was like, I just spent like $40, and I was like, oh my god, for one gun skin. And I was like, Mary, that's insane.
And Riot knows what they're doing. I mean, they do the same thing for League, except I feel like League skins are still decently cheap, except for the recent Ultimate skin, which they just made. Ultimate skins are like the rarest type of skin in the game, and they have like the most effects and like whatever. They look super cool. And they just released a Samira skin, Samira is very heavily based on Devil May Cry.
Okay, yeah.
So she has like the trigger, the Devil Trigger, whatever it's called. I did not play that game, but I know quite a bit about it. I watched a whole documentary on the lore and like the backstory of it because I thought it was super cool. And she's very inspired by that game, which is a Japanese RPG, I think. And so she like spins in a circle and like fires off her gun.
That reminds me of Bayonetta a little bit.
She is kind of like Bayonetta too. She also has like a giant sword that she slashes around.
Oh, so like Cloud too as well is what I'm hearing?
Kind of. She looks like a pirate.
Okay.
So like she has all these different aesthetics going for her. But anyways, they made a new skin for her. Their whole theme for this new skin line, because they release skins on skin lines, like a whole collection, is Soul Fighter. And it's really heavily influenced by a lot of like anime. So you see a lot of like JoJo Bizarre Adventure references.
I'm assuming like pirate is probably referenced to like One Piece and everything. That's what I would assume.
Kind of. I don't know if they did too much One Piece references. They made her a little bit more like, I don't know how to describe it. It was kind of like
generic, or
no, it looks like fighting ring, like MMA fighting.
So like
that's that's kind of the theme.
Street Fighter kind of?
Yeah, kind of. It's very like hip hop culture
Okay.
mixed with like a lot of colors.
I know.
and then, like, fighting.
The recent Street Fighter game that's coming out is very like heavily influenced. Like they have like a lot of more diverse characters, and I know a couple of them are kind of,
Yeah,
hip
so
hoppy based.
There's like a lot of bright colors in this
Mhm.
one. A lot of like cell shading. It was a big thing in a lot of the
Mhm.
like character art
And
that
that's
was
like
released.
kind of like comic book shading, right?
Yeah. It looks really good. But everyone's kind of really upset with the Smear skin because it's a little underwhelming, especially for her, who is the character who gets the easiest and the most pentakills, which means you wipe the entire team by yourself.
Mhm.
So
How much is the skin?
I think it's $40.
Oh my god.
I think it is. I don't remember exactly. I think it's either $40 or $35.
Gee, well, and for Overwatch, like just like legendary skins, you can. So in Overwatch, you can buy. There's like legendary, epic, and rare. I think is the 3 tiers, and legendary is the most expensive. It's gonna cost you about $20, and they have mythic skins, but those are only from the battle pass, and you have to unlock the premium battle pass to then get those skins. And those the mythic skins you can't buy unless you complete the like you can't even buy it. You just have to finish the battle pass. So $20 for the most rare skin that you can buy in a store is honestly a good price, but it's still expensive, especially if you're a collector. So
sorry,
no, you're good.
Look this up.
Okay, you're looking up the skin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Interesting.
What are your thoughts?
It's like $30.
Okay, I mean that's
because you can't just buy. So the specific price of the skin is 3,250 RP, which is $22. But you can't buy $22 of RP, nor can you buy. I don't think you can buy $25 anymore. You jump from basically like 6 or 5, something like that, 10 to or 10, or it goes 10, 20, and then like 30. You can't buy anything in between. So you have to buy $30. We talked about this a little bit too. Is that how they make the prices right in between, so you can't just go with the cheaper option for like bundling your in-game currency. Well, you have to buy more.
And then you have you're like, oh, I have like 5,000 or I have like 500
leftover.
I have leftover, and oh my god, this really cool skin is coming out and I'm a little bit away. Let me just buy $5 more of this currency. But then again, oh my gosh, I'm a little bit away. That's how they get
and that's just like you kind of have this in-game currency sitting in your account, and they make things such weird prices that you're never going to clear out that account number. You're never going to be at zero because you're never going to have the exact amount of in-game currency ever. So it's going to bother you because you have that little bit of wasted money sitting in your account and you don't want that to sit there. It's just so frustrating. But yeah, I don't know if I would spend $30 on the skin. A lot of people tried it out on the PBE, which is a like public beta access server. So they released the skin out on there, so you can get that for free on that server. So you can kind of just like play around with it. And a lot of people were super underwhelmed. A lot of the ultimate skins have fun effects whenever you get a pentakill. Diana's, she has a winter blessed skin, so it's like Christmas themed. And whenever she gets a pentakill, it makes the entire map turn snowy in like winter.
It's cute,
which is super pretty. And you had like the Aurora Borealis and everything. It looks super pretty. Pike has a really cool Empyrean skin, which is like black and neon colors. That's basically the entire skin line. But his is like it changes the entire map again into like this neon black, like Tron almost looking area. And then hers is just like a boxing ring like screen in the middle, and it just rotates and says GG. And like with confetti.
Is it around the whole map?
No. Oh. I think it's just above her.
What happened there?
I don't, and we were all super hyped because like she had never had an ultimate skin before, and she only had like 3 other skins ever. So she had such a cool concept, and like this skin line fit her perfectly because her whole thing is that her whole gameplay is that you play as aggressive as possible, and they just kind of they just didn't go through with everything that we wanted because it was
really
just,
fumbled the bag.
They fumbled it because it's like every other skin that we've seen with Ultimate is just the whole map is engulfed in this like color and like the theme, and they didn't do that with her.
That's really annoying.
Yeah,
especially for $30 too. Like no one's gonna buy it then if you don't include like the whole premium experience.
The first ever made like Ultimate skins were like I think $15, like 5 or 15, something very cheap. Which sounds horrible to say now, but like that is just wild
Mhm.
that you used to get made fun of for buying ultimate skins in League because you're like, you spent $15 on a skin, and now it's like everyone regularly spends $20 all the time.
Yep. The video game economy market is insane right now. People will spend hundreds upon thousands of dollars on just skins, and just to say that I collected all the skins, or it's
Just have a rare one. Like
insane.
CS:GO's scene for skins is
I could go on
crazy.
about CS:GO forever because of their whole stuff that they did with the US and how they got in trouble with.
Really?
Oh, you don't
So,
know about this?
I don't know much about CS:GO. I haven't read about much on CS:GO.
Oh.
I just know they have a gambling issue, and that my friend used to pull crates, which is how they get their skins. You pull crates.
Yes,
and
they're
kinda
essentially like loot
see.
boxes, kind of, where
Yeah.
you have it's gotcha games basically.
And you watch it like scroll through everything that you can
Yep.
get. It's kind of like a wheel, like a
Mhm.
wheel of fortune or whatever. And you have to like hope that it lands on the one thing that you want in that
Mhm.
whole entire box. And my friend used to do that all the time to pull for things and sell them. And I think he pulled like a $2,000 knife once.
You can pull some insane skins, but you also have like a 0.05% chance of even getting it. So
Yeah, it is
Mhm.
so incredibly rare. I remember Smitty made a joke once on his video, and he's like, I'm gonna pull this knife right now, and he did, and he's like, I don't even know what to do for the rest of this video. Like, there's no way I can make better content than what I just got right now, because it was like, I think it was like a Crimson Web knife, or like a Karambit or something. I don't know anything of the value of that, but I just noticed it's a really expensive knife because everyone started freaking out.
Yeah.
And then also another thing you can do in CS:GO is, can't you get like your knives and stuff signed by like pro players, or like
I don't know about that. I know a good amount of CS:GO, but I don't know like I know a good amount of like the skins and stuff in CS:GO, but
Yeah.
I don't know about that. So
I feel like there was something like that happened, or like they owned it or
probably.
whatever.
I mean, they probably had like a creator line or something that they
Yeah.
dropped.
I know they do that in Dota too,
Mhm.
but anyways.
So basically, CS:GO got in trouble with the government because there was a lot of gambling happening, and a lot of kids were spending and taking their parents' credit cards and spending hundreds upon thousands of dollars to trade and everything. It was basically just like a casino, but not the actual physical casino. And there was a CS:GO website, I can't remember exactly what it was called, but it was like CS:GO gambling something, to where basically you could buy these loot boxes for a little bit cheaper. You could open them and then you could sell them back on that website. However, they were basically rigging the crates slash loot boxes to be not as like valuable to those people, so they would just get like really bad pulls. And so the US government had to come in and be like, you legally cannot
it's like
do
fraud.
this. You're literally exactly, you're scamming these people
And their
out of
children.
it. And their children, well, I mean, also adults were in it, of course,
yeah.
but I mean, you're literally scamming people out of thousands of dollars. And then yeah, it was just it wasn't good. I know that they resolved it. I know that there's still probably websites out there that do that, but it was just so insane that like the government literally had to come in.
They're not as like prominent as that one website was.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I just know that the addiction to like the gambling aspect of CS:GO was like the biggest thing about it, not even like the gameplay or anything. Which actually, great segue. We might have to take a break real quick, but I'll bring this up just for a second, and then we might continue talking about it. I was on YouTube and I just like looking through esports stuff, and apparently there's a CS:GO player who can only see through one eye unless he's wearing his glasses. But if he takes off his glasses, he can only see through one of his eyes, like at a time. So you can use both of them, but he's just one at a time.
Huh.
And he played CS:GO that like professionally, and he was really, really good. I don't remember his name, sadly. I know someone out there probably knows his name. But there was a clip in the video where he got like a triple kill and won the game for his team.
That's cool. Yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh, like the people can do these things. And he's like, I had a huge disadvantage. I've never seen like 3D or 4D in my life. And I still can pull it off. And I'm like, that's a great motivation, honestly. The fact that you can still do this with just one eye.
Yeah. But all right, and we'll be right back after this break.
Yep.
Tailored Landscapes actively preparing for spring. Things like getting new tree orders, getting equipment ready, and training staff to serve you the best we can. If you haven't already planned, now is the perfect time to figure out a maintenance plan for your yard. We're on the brink of spring cleanups for all of our existing customers and have limited spots left. We trim trees and shrubs when needed and only mulch proper amounts. Give us a call today at 402-432-2572 to set up a meeting with one of our designers and get ready for Tailored Life's grand opening in Bennett.
You know that feeling after a good, hearty meal? The worries of the world just slip away. Time slows down. Nothing but good times and good company. That's what you get with Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Mary Ellen's does food right, with a menu that includes smoked wings, pulled pork, brisket, catfish, and don't sleep on their sides, shrimp and grits, collard greens, baked beans. It's food that makes your heart happy. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul, just east of 27th and Pineland. Let them fix you a plate.
Hey there.
Hi, honey.
Uh-oh.
Remember we told Jamie and Mike about Liberty First Credit Union, how great their checking account and car loans are, the amazing service we get, and how we love being members?
Yeah.
Well, they took our advice. Jamie said how easy it was to move all their accounts and become members. Now they say they're banking with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union.
Learn more about being a member at libertyfirstcu.com. Liberty First Credit Union. Banking with purpose. Member NCUA.
There's a lot of realtors in Lincoln, but don't get overwhelmed by all the names. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realtor Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate is your go-to option when buying or selling residential and commercial property. Ben's team offers unbeatable customer service and promises to make the buying and selling process as stress-free as possible. Call Ben today at 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate. No pressure, just professionalism.
Problem gambling affects more than the gambler. It affects spouses, children, extended family members, and friends. If you are a loved one who's struggling with addiction, contact Choices Treatment Center's helpline at 402-476-2300. That's 476-2300.
Hi, it's Joel Norman, the voice of your Lincoln Stars hockey team. Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket every Tuesday night from 8 to 9 p.m. to hear the latest on the Stars with myself, head coach Rocky Russo, and special player guests.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful.
I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great.
We're definitely coming back.
Sure. Sauter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SauterHeyman.com.
Hi, it's Charlie Stone again, and with me on the line, Andy Goodyear, General Manager of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, I know how proud you and everyone at the dealership are to earn the prestigious Honda President's Award year after year, 17 times. Tell our listeners what it means to you and your customers.
Thanks, Charlie. Yeah, all of us are extremely proud to have earned this award, and I want all of our customers to know it's not just earned by one person's efforts. It's the entire dealership. Sales, parts, and our amazing service department.
17 times. Wow. How does that compare to other Honda dealers?
This award is only given to the most elite dealerships that demonstrate excellence. We really do strive to go above and beyond for the ultimate customer experience before and after the sale, Charlie.
That's why for 2022, Honda of Lincoln is once again Nebraska's #1 volume Honda dealer. Come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business, 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Experience the Landmark difference with the next level of dealer support. Landmark, your local John Deere dealer, continually works to have parts on hand the first time you walk in the door. Our internal route system means we can get the parts to you typically same or next day to keep you up and running. At Landmark, we understand time is money. Get more uptime with our after-hours parts and service support on the phone or in the field. Our sales, precision ag, parts, and service teams are ready to serve you this planning season. Stop by your local Landmark today to experience the Landmark difference.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
You back on the road.
Agriculture is the economic engine of the Midwest. At Acres Equipment, we dedicate ourselves to making that engine run smoothly. We supply our farmers and ranchers with quality John Deere equipment, parts, and service. We also deliver the most advanced technology and precision ag strategies to help them farm today and for the future. Acres Equipment, solutions for every field.
Ladies and gentlemen, it has come to the attention of the Nebraska Lottery that when people hear a radio commercial in their car for one of our lotto games, Powerball, Mega Millions, or Lucky for Life, they tend to begin daydreaming about how they'll spend the prize money if they win, instead of paying attention to the road. So please, when I tell you that Nebraska Lottery Lotto games offer big money and big fun, keep your mind on driving. Do not start thinking about all the things you could buy if you win. Things like bright red sports cars, tropical vacations, 100-inch TVs, hot tubs, SUVs, a new computer, motorboats.
Bob, snap out of it.
Oh, good heavens. Ladies and gentlemen, my apologies. Perhaps I should go home now.
You better let me drive.
Lotto games from the Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now they've raised wages again and they're hiring for production operators at $24.11 per hour, which grows to $28.27 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $32.76 per hour with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or to apply, go to continental-jobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here. Summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
This is Big Red Esports on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Lo-fi beats to study to with our intro here. All right, welcome back. I'm Z. I'm the Nebraska Esports Club president and also the League of Legends game manager. I always want to mix those. I don't know why.
I mean, you could hypothetically say they're one and the same thing since you do both.
Yeah, fair.
Well, I'm Lexi. I'm the social media manager.
Jaden is currently in Colorado on a hiking trip. He's our Call of Duty game manager. And then Sam is on a work trip and he is our Overwatch game manager as well as our production manager and producer in general.
Yeah.
So we were just wrapping up a talk about CSGO and gambling addiction. Fun topics today.
Very.
We were just finishing up about how I found out about a one-eyed CSGO player who played professionally and I think won quite a bit. And it was just kind of shocking, but also it's really cool to see people who have obvious disadvantages. Like he'd never seen 3D or 4D, so you can't tell the depth perception. Still do amazing in professional esports.
That's the one thing I love about video games is that regardless of like any disability that you have, they always find a way to kind of work around that. And video game companies are very accessible. And so, like, I know Xbox has a really good accessibility program. PlayStation has a really good accessibility program. And it's just, I don't know about Nintendo that much, so I can't really speak upon that. But same with, like, PCs. Like, a lot of PCs are customizable to be more accessible to everybody, which is really great because it's not like a physical sport to where you're limited to just, you know, playing with people that are similar like you. You can play with virtually anybody in video games.
Yeah, absolutely. Like the crossplay and everything is super awesome. Also, another thing about like accessibility is that League has like colorblind mode to make it a lot easier to
a lot of games have that,
which is super awesome. A lot of like people who aren't colorblind even use it just because it's a lot nicer and way easier to tell the difference between two different teams, which helps a lot of people. And it's just like a quality of life improvement, but at the same time it's like accessibility is there to help people, which is awesome. Minecraft had subtitles added, which I thought was super awesome, and I started using those just because
Overwatch has those,
I never paid attention. So I like hearing, like I like to know where creepers are or anything, and they have like directional subtitles too in Minecraft, so like they'll show up on whichever side of the screen that it's
That's
happening.
cool. Yeah, I didn't know that.
which I really enjoy a lot and helps me a lot. Because sometimes I'm playing music or because I don't have sound on. That's a sin in video games, but it's fine. And I just like want to know what's happening around me in the game environment.
Yeah, Overwatch is honestly really good when it comes to accessibility.
It's a word.
I know. I gotta pronunciate my words better. But they have things like the color blindness, where you can literally change it to a variety of colors. So like the base like enemy, your team is a blue, enemy team is a red. Right now I have my team is the pink, enemy team is the yellow, just because I can have it.
Cute.
But they have a lot of different colors. You can customize it to whatever you want to make it easier. So if you are colorblind or something, it's a lot easier to tell who the enemy team is. They also have subtitles, although those can get kind of annoying, especially when someone is spamming a voice line.
Which is a very normal thing in Overwatch.
Yes,
I've noticed any games, honestly.
It's a lot common in Overwatch, though. It's very common in Overwatch.
Other things. Well, sorry, go on.
No, you're good.
Okay, I just know that it is really annoying, and I think the main one that I hear people complain about is healing, which I think they changed, right?
Yeah, so
If you're dead.
well, yes. So when you die, it's like I'm back in 5 seconds. I'm back in whatever. And they also changed it to where you can't spam I need healing like every 2 seconds. So they're
Because that was a
basically
big
limiting
issue.
they're basically limiting if you're spamming voice lines to where you can't spam them for X amount of seconds or
Because
whatever.
that was a really toxic thing that a lot of people were known to do, especially if they were just rushing in.
Genji mains?
I was about to say, it was specifically people who played this character named Genji, because his character is kind of, he rushes in and he's a DPS.
Yeah,
which is-
he's a
does-
flanker, so he'll go behind the enemy line, behind where the healers are, and basically try to take out the healers so that then your tank can rush in for you. But this one character expects what we call a pocket healer, to where it is one healer on your team just completely follows you around to the back line to make sure that you don't die. And a lot of Genjis just expect that, especially I would say more so if they're new. A lot of older, more experienced Genjis will come back to you, especially if you're a healer.
And it's a positioning thing.
It's just a learning curve, but it's very common. Any flanker is gonna get mad at you if you're a healer, if you're not hitting them
The same
or
thing happens
pocketing
with
them.
like, I feel like a lot of engage or assassins in League is like, if your healer isn't keeping them alive, they'll just like spam ping you. Which it's a lot of a skill thing when it comes to that. It's if you're dying instantly every single time, maybe reevaluate your positioning. Maybe evaluate where your team is. Maybe check up on the map to make sure that you know where all the enemy is. Because if not, if you don't know where everyone is, then like you don't have the information you need to go in. Especially like on Genji, is you said he's like a flanker. You want to make sure that you know where everyone is so you're not getting snuck up on, because he's like an assassin character.
Yeah.
So you want to make sure you can get in and get out. Like,
Exactly. And
kill
Genji
someone and be
has
gone.
dashes, so you can like he has a blade dash to where you can basically like dash towards someone, hit them really quickly, and then like run out. Like I mean that character can do that, but a lot of Genji characters or just players, especially I'm emphasizing that they're mainly new Genji players that have only seen like 5 seconds of Overwatch and just expect a pocket, and they don't understand positioning in Overwatch.
And that just comes with time. The
Exactly.
same thing with League. It's like you're gonna have to learn when to use certain things or when to do certain things, or else you're gonna get yourself killed.
Well, if I'm doing like double digit, like thousands of healing, and we're still losing, and you're complaining, maybe I'm not the problem. I don't know. Like maybe I'm not the problem.
I mean, if you're healing thousands and thousands of damage, but your team is just taking too much, maybe they need to think about their positioning.
And like Overwatch is very, very like heavy on positioning and teamwork. Like you need to know how your team is going to work, which is why a lot of times solo queuing comp is not fun at all, especially if you're a healer. I don't recommend it for your mental health. I do not. As someone that has done that myself.
There's a League player who has like backed off on like having toxic mentality because he'd been permabanned so many times on different accounts. So he switched which character he played. He switched to playing a monk, basically, like an actual monk character, and he changed his name to Monk Mental, and now he just mutes everyone and doesn't tilt. And like, unless you have the self-control to not look or not like listen to whatever people are saying, it's not worth it going
Mhm.
into solo queue, I don't think.
Mm-mm. And if you are gonna go into solo queue, just be mindful of other like players. And
Absolutely.
Overwatch is very nice to where you can ping other people. So like, especially if I'm a healer and I'm getting flanked by Genji in the back, and my DPS and my tank have not noticed, and it's just me and the other healer, I can ping that character and be like, "Hey, someone is behind me." Or if
And
I
it says it
notice,
too.
it does. It literally says like Genji over here or
Yeah.
enemy over here, and it'll show up a little like icon of the character in like your corner depending on which way that they are.
Yeah, and it like pops up on your screen and everything, which is super nice. It's like
Mhm.
directional. It reminds you that there's someone else in the game.
Exactly, but sometimes DPSs and tanks just get so focused in on the people in front of them, they don't notice that their healers are getting taken out in the back.
Yeah.
And then you get blamed as a healer because you're not taking care of them when it's not my job. I don't do that much damage to where I can take care of them.
It's like I can't run in with you all the time because I'm not going to be able to heal myself enough. I'm not going to be able to keep myself sustained because that's what a lot of Overwatch teams do is they aim for healers and then just hope that your team can't survive without them.
Yeah.
And that's like a lot of pro teams. It's important that you can survive without your healer because if your healer gets taken out, you don't want that to be your only dependence and the only reason why you're staying in a fight.
Yeah, exactly. And like if it's just me and the healer in the back line, I'm just gonna dedicate all that I have to healing the other healer. And same like
Just try to
if
keep
it's
each other alive.
that's literally what we do, or like at least the people that I played with is that if I'm getting flanked in the back line and it's just me and the other healer, then we are just going to literally heal each other so that maybe hopefully the other DPSs or tank will turn around, notice, notice, and then so we still have like at least 2 healers, if not one of our healers. It's just
It's always a Reaper for in my opinion. It's always like a Reaper or a Tracer that always just ends up getting in the back and no one
oh,
notices.
I hate good tracers. I hate
Yup.
good tracers.
And I respect it because
Mhm.
she's not easy.
She's a hard character to
She's not
play.
easy to play because you have to predict your shots.
Yes.
But God, is she annoying.
Basically, so Tracer is another DPS,
which is damage per
who-
second. I
Yeah,
believe?
yeah. The damage per second is what DPS stands for, but it's mainly just characters that are
High damage.
focused on damaging other characters in the game. And she can basically teleport. She has like 3 teleports to where she can teleport or like jump ahead, like I don't want to say feet, but like to like a couple inches in the game. So she can basically
But I feel like in like scaled up, it's probably like a couple of feet.
maybe I don't know the exact footage of in the game, but she
Yeah.
she can teleport quite a distance, and she has a cooldown on it. So if she uses all 3 of her teleports, she can't teleport, and she also has an ability to where she can go back in time after she has teleported, which is really annoying because basically she'll just spam teleport into the back line, try to do as much damage as she can, go back, like reverse her steps, and then do it all over again. And she'll just continue to do that. It's so annoying.
Yeah, and then I mean Reaper just like makes himself a shadow, and then just
Yeah, Reaper can also teleport into the back
I
line.
knew that.
And
That's just
he can also make himself into a shadow to where nobody can hit him except for healers on
Really?
his
I
team.
didn't-
On his
okay,
team.
I was like, I didn't know
on his
that.
team. So his healers can. I'm pretty sure his healers can heal him on his team. I haven't played Overwatch in a while, but
Okay. You
it's
sometimes need a break.
yeah, it's definitely one of those games where you need a break. And it's Overwatch is a very skilled game. It's very annoying, but
It's a lot
that's
of mental.
games that you're playing. With.
I just if I could count how many times I've been like ulted by a Reaper in the back line
Oh,
while my tank
yeah.
was like a mile ahead of me,
Mhm.
I would have way too much money.
Yes, yeah. Reaper's ult is basically he just spins around in a circle, shoots his gun, and basically auto aims, kind of.
Yeah, it just does a massive amount of damage in an AoE, which is an area of effect. So like in a
Mhm.
big old circle. Kind of like what we were talking about earlier with like the Devil May Cry.
Oh,
She
yeah.
spins in a circle and shoots your gun at you, basically. It just does a ton of damage. Let me speak first. I needed to process that in my brain before I started talking. But yeah, Reaper is probably one of my least favorites. But I'm sure
Mhm.
there's just plenty of things that are annoying about other.
Yeah, it's just if you have a good player that is good on any character, they're gonna be annoying. Even when a heal, like sometimes you can get some healers that can do a lot. Like Moira. Moira's my girl. I love her. I love doing damage on her, but you also need to know how to balance out her healing.
It's important.
And I can do some good healing and I can do some good damage. And I love flanking as a Moira, even though I know I shouldn't because that's horrible.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, people also flank on what Zen is that his name?
Yeah, Zenyatta. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Zen. Yeah. I mean, but I don't. You have to be really good at Zen to play Zen. Because if you have no idea what you're doing
The
on
only time
Zen,
I've seen Zen is whenever Sam's
Sam's
played
played it. I know, exactly.
And
That's
Sam
the
is,
only
like,
time,
really
That's the
good.
only time I've like actually played with a good Zen player before. But he's another healer that's really hard to kind of grasp, and
It's a lot of like balancing out what your damage and your healing orbs.
Mhm.
The orbs, right?
Yes, yep.
And then also, can't he like block damage?
So his ultimate is he becomes invincible and he makes his teammates invincible for like a couple seconds, which again, sometimes you have a good Zen that can really
Time it well.
and then you have the Zen that uses it on one person who's low, and you're like, why are you doing this?
They're going to die.
You
I'm
can
sorry.
you can just put your healing orb on them and then heal them, and so they're fine. It's just a
Yeah. I mean, I think again, it's just a skill thing.
Mm-hmm.
I know that Kiriko is also pretty difficult to play.
Yeah, I like Pula. I mean, she's not that hard, to be honest, but that's just because I've played her a lot.
Yeah, that's
so she has healing and damage as well, and she has a Suzu, which is basically just a cleansing ability to where she can get rid of debuffs.
Yeah.
And it also does a small amount of healing as well.
Yeah, and
which is really
she
nice.
has like a headshot enhancer or something like that. Like she has a higher headshot number.
I don't know about that, but the only way that you can really
for
do damage
I was
is
like, I think
headshots.
that's like, or at least she doesn't.
The only way that you can really take out a character, like the only way that you can do at least a good amount of damage on Kiriko is headshots. So a lot of Kiriko mains will just focus on headshotting because that's the only way that you can really.
That makes more sense. I was
do
like, I
damage.
couldn't remember if it was that she got extra damage when she did headshots, or if she just like
Maybe
only
she
could
doesn't.
do
I
damage
just
on headshots.
never heard it before. But if you had good Kiriko main, then they'll focus on
You gotta hit
headshotting.
your shots.
Exactly.
And I think it's weaving between healing and your kunai.
Kunai, yes, exactly.
Which is what she throws at people to get headshots.
Yeah, they're basically like little daggers that she just throws at them. But
All right, so we're gonna take a break real quick, and we'll be right back.
Repeat after me. I will not touch the fuse box.
I will probably not touch the fuse box.
Sip, do you remember what happened last time?
Yeah, I remember.
What happened?
Half of the city block lost power.
And?
My chicken condo went haywire.
That's right. The chickens ran wild. So what do we do instead?
Call Joe at Ambition Electric and let him handle everything. Look, saved on speed dial.
Ambition Electric, 402-217-3415, or online at ambitionelectric.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here with Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and it is Truck Month at Koppel, and we are pulling out all of the stops for this gigantic event. The lots are starting to fill, and we have some great deals for you waiting in Louisville. Brand new GMC Sierra Light Duty and new Silverado Light Duty trucks. All trim levels have up to $4,000 in discounts. That's right, up to $4,000 off all new light duty trucks right now at Koppel, so do not wait. Now is the time to buy a new truck, so stop on in or visit us online at koppelcars.com. You must have a trade-in and finance with Koppel. All deals with approved credit.
The best way to learn about Southeast Community College is to visit. And you can check out our spaces before you visit in person with a virtual campus tour. An opportunity to see our campuses in Beatrice, Lincoln, and Milford as you learn about our programs and areas of study. There are virtual tours of our learning centers too. We can even take you on a personalized virtual tour. Learn more on our website, southeast.edu/visit SCC. SCC, your path to possible.
You finally finished your man cave in the basement. Brand new furniture, huge TV, and all of your collector's items. You're ready for football season. You were so excited until one bad rain and it is all ruined. Don't risk a flooded basement and countless dollars in damages when it can be avoided. Call John Henry's today for a free sump pump estimate for your home.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing. Heating and air.
Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for Ready Mix Concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. Nebco offers great pay, medical, and retirement benefits, paid time off, and we pay for CDL training. Apply today to earn an average total compensation of $50,000 to $60,000 your first year driving. From Nebco's beginnings in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
Guys, when I first started with Barrel's Extreme Body Shaping, I weighed in at over 300 pounds. Now, less than a year later, I'm under 200 pounds for the first time since high school. I'm stronger, I'm healthier, and it all began with the Barrel's 10-week challenge. 10 weeks of kickboxing, strength training, and guided nutrition coaching to help you reach your fitness goals. Their next 10-week challenge begins on April 8th. If you're wanting to change your life like I have, head to theticketfm.com and click on Enroll Now on the homepage. Plus, get a promo code for a discount just for ticket listeners. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping.
Attention all Wings fans. 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings.
If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, listen up. Select Plumbing gets it right the first time on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. Plus, they're hiring service plumbers. If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, contact.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful.
I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great.
We're definitely coming back in the future.
Sauter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SauterHeyman.com.
Hi, it's Charlie Stone again, and with me on the line, Andy Goodyear, General Manager of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, I know how proud you and everyone at the dealership are to earn the prestigious Honda President's Award year after year, 17 times. Tell our listeners what it means to you and your customers.
Thanks, Charlie. Yeah, all of us are extremely proud to have earned this award, and I want all of our customers to know it's not just earned by one person's efforts. It's the entire dealership. Sales, parts, and our amazing service department.
17 times. Wow. How does that compare to other Honda dealers?
This award is only given to the most elite dealerships that demonstrate excellence. We really do strive to go above and beyond for the ultimate customer experience before and after the sale, Charlie.
That's why for 2022, Honda of Lincoln is once again Nebraska's #1 volume Honda dealer. Come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business, 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Experience the Landmark difference with the next level of dealer support. Landmark, your local John Deere dealer, continually works to have parts on hand the first time you walk in the door. Our internal route system means we can get the parts to you typically same or next day to keep you up and running. At Landmark, we understand time is money. Get more uptime with our after-hours parts and service support on the phone or in the field. Our sales, precision ag, parts, and service teams are ready to serve you this planning season. Stop by your local Landmark today to experience the Landmark difference.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
This is Big Red Esports on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back. I'm Z. I'm the Nebraska Esports Club president as well as the League of Legends game manager, and I'm here with my co-host.
I'm Lexi. I'm the social media manager, and Jaden and Sam are off tonight because Jaden is coming back from his trip from Colorado, and Sam is just working.
Yep, making money.
Making money.
Getting
and
that bread. Do people say that still?
I don't really feel like they do, but
no,
it's
I'm
okay.
old.
No, it's okay. It's okay. You're not that old. Well, anyways, we kind of wrapped up that last segment talking about Overwatch and just some characters in Overwatch. And so now we're going to go into some news within the Overwatch League, where Activision Blizzard, the company that has owned Overwatch and develops it, has laid off a ton of its esports workers. So, which is very interesting because, as we know, Microsoft is buying Activision Blizzard, and I don't know if it's Microsoft that made this rule to where they're going to get rid of a lot of their workers, or if it's Activision that was like, we're going to get rid of them before Microsoft buys this out or something. It was just pretty much like out of nowhere, this news just came. And I saw a bunch of people on LinkedIn and Twitter, and they were basically just like, hey, I got laid off. Like, if you need anybody, let me know. It was just very odd. And so basically what's happening with this is that like the Overwatch League was owed a ton, like hundreds of millions of dollars from their teams because they paused payments like to teams in Overwatch. They have to pay to be in the Overwatch League, and they're called franchise teams because you have to register to be in a franchise in the Overwatch League since Overwatch runs their own league. And they paused those franchise payments because of the pandemic, and those teams were going to pay them back until Activision waived them, and they were like $20 to like $30-ish million per team. So they just laid off a bunch of those workers because they didn't have the funding to do it, basically. And so now there's this new thing happening in the league to where if these teams want to stay on, they can, because they're rebranding basically the whole entire league. They're changing how they're doing it. They're changing a bunch of people in it, and we already saw that with the layoffs. And if the teams don't want to stay in the like as a franchise or in the league under these new contract terms or whatever that they're brewing up, they're going to get a $6 million payout to basically pay everybody on their staff or whatever, or, you know, pay off the house or whatever that their team is living in, pay off the equipment, XYZ, whatever they want to pay off. They'll have that $6 million to do that. So we'll kind of see probably after this Overwatch League season that's happening, what exactly happens with all the teams.
I do know a lot of people were wondering if there would be like another company like MLG would pick up the remains of this, what is it, league?
The league, yep.
Which is something that I would advocate for, because I believe that a lot of tournaments and leagues should be held by a third party instead of the company that owns the game.
Yeah.
But what you described sounds like they're going to just redo it.
Yes, that's what essentially, at least what I have understood from the news that has come out. Of course, I don't know. There's no like official documents that have come out yet. There's no really like official statement by the company. This is all either speculation or just heard through the grapevine right now. So everything's up in the air. Again, this was just out of the blue. Like hundreds of people got laid off just randomly, which I think is it's horrible. It's happening too frequently in the video game industry. Even within like video game reporting, like I know people that got laid off, and it's while the video game industry is very booming and it brings in a ton of money, it's also very uncertain, and your job can be like in a snap just gone.
I know at least 2 people that I talked to before about esports and their jobs, and like just to like kind of get to know what they do. I wanted to kind of be in that world, so those are my connections. I know two people who have gotten laid off so far, not because of Overwatch, just because of that's just how the industry is. I think it needs to, hopefully it stabilizes out eventually, but it is very scary to be in this industry right now just because of how uncertain, uneasy where your next paycheck's going to be, like when you're going to get it.
Well, and you could be a part of, like, you could literally be a part of Activision like these people were, and then, you know, think that everything's going great. Like, it's mid-Overwatch League season. Like, they're just doing some fun tournaments right now. And then, oh my god, wait, I don't have a job even though it's still mid-season?
Yeah, like, it's the middle. For anyone who doesn't really follow esports, it's literally the middle of the season. It's like before any big tournaments, like they're still doing all of their lead-ups and point systems, their circuits and everything. And they just dropped their entire team for that. Like, the entire league is just in shambles right now.
Yes. So we'll see what happens with that. Again, I don't know if it's just like Activision is trying to get rid of people to please Microsoft, or if Microsoft was like, hey, you need to change how you're doing the league and do it now, or else we're not going to buy you.
I mean, I do understand because the Overwatch League was a mess.
Yeah.
I don't know if laying off your whole entire team is the way to do it.
Probably not. I don't know if it's the whole entire team, but
it's a big chunk.
It's a big chunk, yeah.
So I don't know if that's the way you should be going about that to fix things, but I understand that a clean slate might be easier to re-situate yourself, but I think it was more so just how it was being ran and not just the people in it.
Again, it was Activision Blizzard, the company, was running it. And so it's hard to really grow, and you can't really just have a random team join. Like, you have to pay millions of dollars to join it.
It's not how you can like win your way up to a spot. Like in League, I think you can do that. It's that academy teams can go to a pro level if you play well enough. Same thing with Dota. You can get relegated and promoted depending on how well you do in a season. And you can have new teams come in all the time. There are a few teams that no one's ever heard of, and they just started running the whole circuit. So it's so much more exciting when you have that dark horse coming out of nowhere to like completely just roll everyone. And you don't get that in Overwatch. You get the same teams every single time.
And again, it just depends on what happens with the league. Like, we could see MLG come in and take it over, or we could see Activision Blizz take it over, or Microsoft take it over. We are just kind of up in the air what's going to happen after this season and where it's going to go. And if a different company does buy it out, that's probably better, like you have said, because it will allow any team, hopefully, depends on what, it just depends on whatever that company does with the team, with the league. But hopefully any team can come in and kind of be like, hey, I'm 4 college students or 5 college students. Let's just go in and have some fun. And maybe they, like you said, the dark horse, maybe they win. And that'd be really cool. But like, you have to try out. It's like traditional sports. You have to try out, and you can't just randomly start a team and expect to go up. Where in the video game industry and in the esports industry, anybody can become a pro player at any time.
One of my favorite stories is actually a Dota 2 team where they formed their team 3 months before the International, which is the biggest tournament ever. They didn't get invited even. They had to go through the group stage. They had to go through like qualifiers, which is through thousands of random people. Then they had to go through them. They had to go through group stages, which is in your hotel room. You're cramped, you're uncomfortable, you know, it's not fun. And then they had to go from there to run through the losers bracket all the way to win the game. And they did that twice, and like back to back. And it was just these random people from like public games, which they call pubs, just like random people in solo queue basically. And with those, usually solo queue players aren't scouted because they just have such a different mentality. But it worked, and that was like such an exciting thing. Those are still some people's favorite players to this day, and some of those players are 30 now. One of them is still playing actually. But it's just like, that's the excitement that you want in esports. It's that anyone can do it. There was like a 16-year-old kid from like Australia on that team, and that's just wild to me because I was not doing that when I was 16.
yeah. Well, I mean, it wasn't even really a thing when we were 16, but
it's true. All right, we're gonna head to a quick break and we'll be right back.
Tailored Landscapes is actively preparing for spring. Things like getting new tree orders, getting equipment ready, and training staff to serve you the best we can. If you haven't already planned, now is the perfect time to figure out a maintenance plan for your yard. We're on the brink of spring cleanups for all of our existing customers and have limited spots left. We trim trees and shrubs when needed and only mulch proper amounts. Give us a call today at 402-432-2572 to set up a meeting with one of our designers and get ready for Tailored Life's grand opening in Bennett.
You know that feeling after a good, hearty meal? The worries of the world just slip away. Time slows down. Nothing but good times and good company. That's what you get with Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Mary Ellen's does food right, with a menu that includes smoked wings, pulled pork, brisket, catfish. And don't sleep on their sides, shrimp and grits, collard greens, baked beans. It's food that makes your heart happy. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul, just east of 27th and Pineland. Let them fix you a plate.
Hey there.
Hi, honey.
Uh-oh.
Remember we told Jamie and Mike about Liberty First Credit Union, how great their checking account and car loans are, the amazing service we get, and how we love being members?
Yeah.
Well, they took our advice. Jamie said how easy it was to move all their accounts and become members. Now they say they're banking with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union.
Learn more about being a member at libertyfirstcu.com. Liberty First Credit Union. Banking with purpose. Member NCUA.
There's a lot of realtors in Lincoln, but don't get overwhelmed by all the names. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realtor Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate is your go-to option when buying or selling residential and commercial property. Ben's team offers unbeatable customer service and promises to make the buying and selling process as stress-free as possible. Call Ben today at 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate. No pressure, just professionalism.
Problem gambling affects more than the gambler. It affects spouses, children, extended family members, and friends. If you are a loved one who's struggling with addiction, contact Choices Treatment Center's helpline at 402-476-2300. That's 476-2300.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful.
I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great.
We're definitely coming back.
Sauter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SauterHeyman.com.
Hi, it's Charlie Stone again, and with me on the line, Andy Goodyear, General Manager of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, I know how proud you and everyone at the dealership are to earn the prestigious Honda President's Award year after year, 17 times. Tell our listeners what it means to you and your customers.
Thanks, Charlie. Yeah, all of us are extremely proud to have earned this award, and I want all of our customers to know it's not just earned by one person's efforts. It's the entire dealership. Sales, parts, and our amazing service department.
17 times. Wow. How does that compare to other Honda dealers?
This award is only given to the most elite dealerships that demonstrate excellence. We really do strive to go above and beyond for the ultimate customer experience before and after the sale, Charlie.
That's why for 2022, Honda of Lincoln is once again Nebraska's #1 volume Honda dealer. Come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business, 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Experience the Landmark difference with the next level of dealer support. Landmark, your local John Deere dealer, continually works to have parts on hand the first time you walk in the door. Our internal route system means we can get the parts to you typically same or next day to keep you up and running. At Landmark, we understand time is money. Get more uptime with our after-hours parts and service support on the phone or in the field. Our sales, precision ag, parts, and service teams are ready to serve you this planning season. Stop by your local Landmark today to experience the Landmark difference.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Text Select Plumbing to repeat after me. I will not touch the fuse box.
I will probably not touch the fuse box.
Sip, do you remember what happened last time?
Yeah, I remember.
What happened?
Half of the city block lost power.
And?
My chicken condo went haywire.
That's right. The chickens ran wild. So what do we do instead?
Call Joe at Ambition Electric and let him handle everything. Look, saved on speed dial.
Ambition Electric, 402-217-3415 or online at ambitionelectric.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here with Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and it is Truck Month at Koppel, and we are pulling out all of the stops for this gigantic event. The lots are starting to fill, and we have some great deals for you waiting in Louisville. Brand new GMC Sierra Light Duty and new Silverado Light Duty trucks. All trim levels have up to $4,000 in discounts. That's right, up to $4,000 off all new light duty trucks right now at Koppel, so do not wait. Now is the time to buy a new truck, so stop on in or visit us online at koppelcars.com. You must have a trade-in and finance with Koppel. All deals with approved credit.
The best way to learn about Southeast Community College is to visit, and you can check out our spaces before you visit in person with a virtual campus tour, an opportunity to see our campuses in Beatrice, Lincoln, and Milford as you learn about our programs and areas of study. There are virtual tours of our learning centers too. We can even take you on a personalized virtual tour. Learn more on our website, southeast.edu/visit SCC. SCC, your path to possible.
You finally finished your man cave in the basement.
brand new furniture, huge TV, and all of your collector's items. You're ready for football season. You are so excited until one bad rain and it is all ruined. Don't risk a flooded basement and countless dollars in damages when it can be avoided. Call John Henry's today for a free sump pump estimate for your home.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing.
Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for Ready Mix Concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. Nebco offers great pay, medical, and retirement benefits, paid time off, and we pay for CDL training. Apply today to earn an average total compensation of $50,000 to $60,000 your first year driving. From Nebco's beginnings in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
Guys, when I first started with Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping, I weighed in at over 300 pounds. Now, less than a year later, I'm under 200 pounds for the first time since high school. I'm stronger, I'm healthier, and it all began with the Farrell's 10-week challenge. 10 weeks of kickboxing, strength training, and guided nutrition coaching to help you reach your fitness goals. Their next 10-week challenge begins on April 8th. If you're wanting to change your life like I have, head to theticketfm.com and click on Enroll Now on the homepage. Plus, get a promo code for a discount just for ticket listeners. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping.
Attention all Wings fans. 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings.
If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, listen up. Select Plumbing gets it right the first time on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. Plus, they're hiring service plumbers. If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Pass the sticks to the Nebraska Esports Squad as they take you on a journey through the wonderful world of video games. Right here on Big Red Esports on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back. I'm Z. I'm the Nebraska Esports Club president as well as the League of Legends game manager, and I'm here joined by Lexi.
Yeah, I'm Lexi. I'm the social media manager, and Jaden and Sam are currently gone for today. Jaden is driving back from Colorado from a trip, and Sam is just working, so he's just making some money. That's fine.
We all have our own side gigs, right? Our
yes,
main
we
gigs,
do.
I guess.
Yeah, main gigs. But yeah, I mean, I don't really have anything to talk about.
We were kind of getting really heated about Overwatch for most of this today.
That is very true.
Oh gosh, what else? I mean,
we're just talking about games in general.
That's true. Well, I did pick up quite a few games for the Steam sale.
Oh yeah, what'd you buy?
Summer. We talked a little bit about them a couple of weeks ago, but I did grab Deep Rock Galactic, which is just a dwarf mining game that's like set in space. And that one's been super fun to play with friends. But also I picked up Final Fantasy 14 to play with Lexi.
Which you have not played yet.
I have not opened it yet. We're working on time differences.
Yeah.
Scheduling and all that. And then I also picked up Jackbox games to play with friends because those are always super, super fun. We played some last night with some of Eli's friends and it got real interesting. But I mean, that's just how Jackbox gaming goes. We had to do like the presentation one, and that one's just always wild. So Eli ended up being partners for that one, and I had to do all of his slides, and he had to present.
Okay,
but he did a really good job. I had never seen him be that extroverted before. But it was just fun. It was really entertaining, and so I'm super excited to have a lot of use out of that. The Steam Summer Sale super nice. I guess speaking of Steam, I just remembered they did add Overwatch to Steam.
Yes, they did, and it's already been reviewed bombed by people, negatively reviewed bombed by people.
I'm not surprised.
In the Overwatch community too, which is
well, I feel like that was just like everyone's like I think that's a meme at this point. I
Mhm.
feel like a lot of people tweeted about it just because they thought it would funny.
Someone I saw a tweet that was like someone's review and it was like, I love this game so much, and it was a thumbs down. Like, I don't recommend it. I was like,
Yeah.
that's how I feel at Overwatch too. Like,
It's just a love-hate relationship.
It is with any competitive game that you're playing. It's always a love-hate relationship, but
I play League. It's the same exact thing. You
Mhm.
can talk to literally any League player, and if you ask, "Oh, should I get into League?" It'll almost always be a no
Mhm.
immediately. It's just like it's such a time suck,
Mhm.
and you get so frustrated. It's like you love playing. It's like an addictive thing. You love playing the game, but at the same time, it is the worst thing that happened in your life.
Exactly.
And that's just how it is. I think that it just makes sense that they would negatively review bomb it. But that was something that was really surprising, is that they put it on Steam.
I know, because I don't think any other. I mean, I guess COD titles are on Steam. but
Yeah.
I don't know. It's Diablo's not on Steam. Is Diablo on Steam? I think Diablo is
Diablo
on
is
Steam.
on Steam.
So I guess maybe they were just finally starting to catch up with all
Well,
the other Activision.
When I was talking with someone about it. Maybe it was Jaden. I don't remember. Maybe
Probably.
if I'm saying this wrong, I'm sorry if I got your opinions wrong, Jaden. But I remember hearing about it, and it was just to cover for people leaving their franchise. I think if you still wanted to have your own league, it's more accessible that way.
Huh.
But I don't know about that. Maybe it is to cover for franchise loss, because that would make sense to me. You want to get a bigger audience, and oftentimes people don't want to download another launcher.
Client, yeah.
Which
You're really
I
right.
begrudgingly downloaded the Battle.net launcher.
Yeah, luckily I just play on Xbox, so I don't really have to worry about. I just download the game.
Envy. I have way too many launchers on my computer. It's ridiculous. Riot has 3 different launchers because they have one for Valorant, one for Legends of Runeterra, and one for League. But then they also have their Riot launcher. So then you can launch all of those games from that launcher. I don't know. It's awful. They have 3 different clients for every game.
Well, I mean, you still have to. Yeah. Well, when I'm thinking of client, I'm thinking of like Battle.net, like that's a client, and then you have to have the individual games on your
But they
desktop, but it
call
still goes
that-
through the client.
They call that the client too. So you used to be able to just have separate clients for each game, but then they put them all into one client, but then you still have your separate clients. And then you have the game client when you actually play the game.
I call that the game launcher.
Oh, no, it's called clients, like specifically in like the, I don't know.
Am I this old that I just can't keep up with you young? I can't keep
No.
up with you youngsters.
No, it's just that Riot has spaghetti code. That's it.
Gotcha.
It's
Okay.
just a Riot
Yeah,
thing, I'm
cool.
pretty sure.
Wonderful. Yeah, I that's the one thing I hate about like PC is that if you have a ton of games, at least like Steam is more accessible to where if you buy a bunch of games, you can still have that.
It's all under Steam.
It's all under Steam, and you can choose to put it on your desktop or not. Most of the time, I do just because I like seeing my all the
Like
games
your
that
collection
I have.
of games.
Yeah, but if I'm not playing it, then I'll delete it from my.
Mhm. I like went
desktop.
through and uninstalled a lot of games this last week just because I had to download Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah, it's a chunker.
It's
but
a hefty game,
Mhm.
but I also hadn't played a lot of those games in so long. But I also don't have the memory for
storage,
it,
yeah,
the storage
mhm.
for it. So it means I need to build a PC.
Yes! Oh my god!
That's what that means.
Yes, my PC is up and running, and I just need to buy Windows for it and move into my new apartment. And I can help you build it since I know how to. I built my own PC pretty much by myself, except for taking it into my work because I didn't plug in my graphics card and my RAM all
you
the way in.
you like
'cause I was
shove all of
stupid.
my stuff into place fine when it comes to building the PC. It's
Yeah.
just the parts that I'm always so
okay.
iffy on.
Mm,
I'm
so
bad at
let
picking
me,
parts.
Let me tell you what I did. I went Corsair has on their website they have a build your PC and it'll basically tell you and like not all the products are Corsair products because Corsair doesn't make motherboards and everything. But they like even like the RAM they'll sponsor their RAM but they won't like shove it in your face.
Yeah,
Even
that's
though Corsair
nice.
has really good RAM, so I would recommend Corsair RAM. But
not hashtag not sponsored. not an ad.
not an ad. Although like Corsair, I don't know if you want to sponsor us.
I mean,
like,
hey
maybe.
guys.
But so they have a build your PC on their website and it'll tell you what parts are compatible with certain things so that you're not buying the wrong parts, which was really helpful for me. That's the only reason why that I was able to
I know
build
the
my
other
PC.
thing that's super scary is getting the wrong case size for all of your stuff. And what?
So I just bought a really big case.
That's absolutely valid.
Buy the biggest one you can. That's what I did. And I bought mine again. I bought mine from Corsair. So
This is not an ad, I
it's not.
swear.
I just really like Corsair products. I think they're a really good company.
That's
They
so
make
funny
they make a
'cause
quality product for the prices that you're paying.
We're a
for them, in my
Logitech
opinion.
family. That's so.
I
funny.
also like Logitech too, though. Like a lot, I like Logitech's like keyboards and headsets and mice, plurals of mouse, whatever. Anyways, moving on. I like more of their equipment versus their like hardware. So Corsair makes better hardware in my opinion. But
That's fair.
so yeah, if you want to like kind of understand what parts are compatible, you can do that. It'll even like do the case too as well.
That's
I
super
bought
nice.
a Corsair case that came with 4 fans pre-installed, which is really good, and they already had
And it run.
the hub connected and everything.
Now they run.
Now they run. It's just because I had it plugged into the wrong part of my motherboard.
But also because I don't know, things can get scary, and when like you don't want to like force things into like place and not break it because that's like $600 for one piece, and you're like, I don't want to spend another paycheck on this.
Yeah, it's very meticulous. You have to know exactly where this one port is on your motherboard, how to plug it in, make sure the pins are lined up correctly, because sometimes a plugin will have like 2 more pins than it actually needs, and you're like, what?
And the pins are like literally
So
2
breakable.
centimeters thick, so you can just snap them.
Literally. It's really annoying, but it is really rewarding to put your own PC together and build it and say
it has
I
everything
did it.
that you need.
Exactly.
Which I don't know. Like I remember when my friend built a PC and then I just bought a gaming laptop because that's what I could afford. It was
Yeah.
on sale, whatever. And he looked over my specs. He was like, "You have a better laptop than my PC."
David and I went to Best Buy the other day because he bought another monitor and he bought monitor mounts, and there was a gaming laptop that was more expensive than my custom built, and like my custom built PC is like a little bit over 2,000, and this laptop was like super thin. It was a gaming laptop. It was super thin, and it was more
What
than.
company was it? Was it Alienware?
No, it was not Alienware. I know that for sure.
I was like, Alienware has such expensive.
But their PCs are like chunkers. Like
their laptops sometimes are sleeker. That's what I'm thinking.
This one was like HP sleek, like MacBook sleek, like that thin, and it was like it was more than my custom built PC, which is insane.
So I got my laptop for like $800, I think, on sale, but it was originally like a $2,000 laptop because I got an HP Omen, and it might be like a newer Omen maybe because mine was pretty.
Yeah, I think it was an
nice.
Omen brand.
I really like Omens. They run really nicely for being a laptop.
Yeah.
But my one complaint is that it's so heavy.
Really? Maybe you should check out the. I mean, well, I'm
just gonna
build
buy
a PC.
at this point. I should have just started building a PC instead of getting a laptop.
100%.
But I mean, that laptop has served me well. I take it to college with me.
Yeah.
I lug it around. But yeah, I think it's just time. I'm the president of esports now. I feel like maybe I should have a PC.
Yeah.
I've been playing on a laptop since 2018.
It's time.
Well, even before then, but it wasn't a gaming laptop. We don't count that. It was like this little HP.
Oh my god, I would game on my Mac. Are you kidding me?
I played Stardew Valley on my laptop.
I illegally I downloaded Sims on there.
Not totally legal.
Well, okay, there's like you can buy Sims 2 through the App Store, which is what I did.
Okay.
And then I have like the Origin client, but I can't run it. And I bought the Sims code legally. I just had to like run a weird software to then run it on my Mac.
Okay.
So it wasn't illegal.
You did buy it.
I did buy it. It was just I had
don't
to
be mad at
finagle.
us. Yeah.
I legally bought it. EA, I can give you my account username if you want to look me up. I promise I have
It's okay.
it.
I know a gal who's interning there right now.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. We love her. She's great. Actually, her mom's the manager that I used to work with at Bagels and Joe.
Oh wow, that's really cool actually. But so yeah, I had to like finagle some software, like mess around with some code to get it running on my Mac, and I still have to do that on my PC for Sims 3 because it runs 32-bit and not 64-bit. So when I had it on David's PC, I had to like write up a code to then have it launch.
Sims 3.
You should.
But I want to buy. If I'm gonna buy Sims 3, I want to have like everything.
Guess what? You can buy key codes for like a couple cents on a website that I know, and they're all legit. So
I usually look at a lot of different like key code websites. There's so many of them out there.
Oh, I have one that you would love.
But I also look at Humble Bundle a lot because they have a lot of bundled games, and especially for like D&D games. I'm a decent adequate D&D nerd. I've never listened to Critical Role.
Even I listen to Critical Role.
I'm sorry, but I listen to NADPod, which is not another D&D podcast.
I love NADPod!
Except I stopped.
Sorry, that was really loud.
I stopped listening after Hard One. Like, never mind, I can't spoil it. But
I've already watched their first campaign, so
okay. Well, I was like, I don't want to.
Spoilers
for everyone listening, and you don't like want this spoiled because it's a really, really good campaign.
Mhm,
If
mhm.
you don't know anything about D&D, they played with a new player for their
Mhm.
first campaign, and
It's called None Another
explains-
D&D Podcast.
Yeah, it explains so much.
Spotify,
It's on
yes.
Spotify, it's on Apple Music. I think it's everywhere,
Mhm.
and they're super, super awesome. Like shout out, but not an ad. I swear, I'm not sponsored. I just love them a lot. It was my first D&D podcast.
Same.
But after Hard One ran away, I couldn't. I was so heartbroken. He was my favorite character.
Yeah.
And I was so heartbroken that I stopped listening.
I just had to finish it out because I just had to know what happened.
I know. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I missed my human boy who thought he was a dwarf.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, it made me
No, it was a
s-
giant. It was. He thought he was a giant. Yeah.
I thought he was. No, I thought he was a dwarf.
He's a giant. He
Was
thought
he
he
a
thought he was a giant because they went to the ice mountains with all the giants and everything where he's from.
Was it?
It was a giant.
Oh, I don't remember
Mhm,
now.
mhm.
It was one of those two. Well, no, because the second character was a dwarf.
Yeah, second characters.
Because he thought he was a dwarf.
But
I thought
no. So his Hard One thought he was a giant,
he was a
but
human.
he was a human,
fighter.
and then the second character was just a dwarf.
I thought he thought he was a dwarf. I'm gonna have to look this up now. I'm like, I don't know who to believe anymore. What? I want to believe you. I also like remember so strictly that he was a
Mhm.
dwarf and he was supposed to be like a really tall dwarf. Maybe he was just a really
He was
small
a really,
giant.
He was a really small giant.
Okay, I don't remember
You're
this.
good.
But I remember that his name was Hardwan Surefoot, and that he was a human fighter.
Moonshine Savage.
I love
and,
her. She was a circle of the like
something.
mushroom.
Yeah,
druid.
yeah. She was a mushroom druid, basically. She just
Yeah, she was very southern.
she could put her spores out there, and
She was funny. And then they
Yeah.
had like this little like, was he a paladin?
yeah, he was a
He was
paladin,
a very
and he
inexperienced
was
like teenage boy scout.
exactly, yeah, basically. I forget what his name was, but
Oh no!
I do. I forgot his
I
name.
love him because
What's his character's
the guy who
name?
plays him is Andrafi,
I didn't know
and
that.
he's so funny. And I love him, but I forgot the name of his character.
Same. I forgot the name of his character too. Do you
I loved
watch?
him.
Do you watch? Oh my god, what is it? What is it called? It's Emily Axford, the girl who, and also the Dungeon Master.
Yeah,
Brian
because
Murphy.
they're like dating, right?
They're
They have, like, a
married.
oh, they're married. They have like a show. Don't they?
They are part of College Humor's D&D
I
campaigns.
haven't watched any other D&D.
There's a really good one. It's free on most of their stuff is behind a paywall, but there's one free campaign on YouTube that I really liked and I watched. I can send that to you.
Okay.
You'll love it. Emily Axford is in it.
I love Emily
her.
Axford. I
Mhm.
love her to death. She's one of my favorite people.
Yes.
Also, her music that she makes for all of like her.
Oh,
she made
yes.
she made all the music for the Nod Pod
Mm-hmm.
productions, and I have that on my Spotify. I love it. It's just like I don't know. I remember. I think the specific one I have is like the Sparkling City Lights one, and
Ooh.
it's so just majestic and
Mhm.
everything. We should have a D&D podcast.
Yes, yeah.
I think we should
been wanting to do that.
We should do a D&D.
We have
podcast.
one. I did have one before, but that was
All
for
of
my other job. So I
all
don't.
of my D&D groups break up because of drama.
Ooh.
Like it's not even that we just can't meet. It's just that there's issues, and
Mm.
I'm like, oh.
Well, I won't start any drama, so we should
Okay.
do a D&D
We should do. That'd be so much fun. I used to DM.
Ooh.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, we're gonna head to a break real quick after talking about D&D, and we'll come right back.
Steve's Garage Doors and Services is hiring. They are looking for a garage door installation and service technician with a clean driving record. Experience is not required as they will train for the positions. However, mechanical aptitude is required. If you want to come be a part of a small business where you're family, not just an employee, call Steve's Garage Doors and Services today to apply at 402-480-2840. That's 402-480-2840. Steve's Garage Doors and Services.
This Easter, focus on your family instead of dishes with the Venue Easter to-go meals. Prepared fresh in house by our chefs, these meals are ready to heat and eat with packages for 2 to 3 people or 6 to 8, and your choice of juicy beef tenderloin, tasty herb roasted chicken, or our famous 6-pepper crusted prime rib. All meal packages come with sides, and we have additional add-ons available to complete your feast. Order today at venuedelivered.com/Easter. That's venuedelivered.com/Easter.
Spring Sports are here and it's time to upgrade your equipment. But don't go rushing to your big box store. Play It Again Sports is your place to go for all spring sports equipment for baseball, softball, golf, and disc golf. Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And don't forget, buying from them is a great way to get new products with great discounts by also bringing in your used items for store credit or cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine. Tailored Landscapes is actively preparing for spring. Things like getting new tree orders, getting equipment ready, and training staff to serve you the best we can. If you haven't already planned, now is the perfect time to figure out a maintenance plan for your yard. We're on the brink of spring cleanups for all of our existing customers and have limited spots left. We trim trees and shrubs when needed and only mulch proper amounts. Give us a call today at 402-432-2572 to set up a meeting with one of our designers and get ready for Tailored Life's grand opening in Bennett.
You know that feeling after a good, hearty meal? The worries of the world just slip away. Time slows down. Nothing but good times and good company. That's what you get with Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Mary Ellen's does food right, with a menu that includes smoked wings, pulled pork, brisket, catfish, and don't sleep on their sides, shrimp and grits, collard greens, baked beans. It's food that makes your heart happy. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul, just east of 27th and Pineland. Let them fix you a plate.
Hey there.
Hi, honey.
Uh-oh.
Remember we told Jamie and Mike about Liberty First Credit Union, how great their checking account and car loans are, the amazing service we get, and how we love being members?
Yeah.
Well, they took our advice. Jamie said how easy it was to move all their accounts and become members. Now they say they're banking with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union.
Learn more about being a member at libertyfirstcu.com. Liberty First Credit Union. Banking with purpose. Member NCUA.
There's a lot of realtors in Lincoln, but don't get overwhelmed by all the names. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realtor Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate is your go-to option when buying or selling residential and commercial property. Ben's team offers unbeatable customer service and promises to make the buying and selling process as stress-free as possible. Call Ben today at 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate. No pressure, just professionalism.
Problem gambling affects more than the gambler. It affects spouses, children, extended family members, and friends. If you are a loved one who's struggling with addiction, contact Choices Treatment Center's helpline at 402-476-2300. That's 476-2300.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful.
I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great.
We're definitely coming back.
Sutter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SutterHeyman.com.
Hi, it's Charlie Stone again, and with me on the line, Andy Goodyear, General Manager of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, I know how proud you and everyone at the dealership are to earn the prestigious Honda President's Award year after year, 17 times. Tell our listeners what it means to you and your customers.
Thanks, Charlie. Yeah, all of us are extremely proud to have earned this award, and I want all of our customers to know it's not just earned by one person's efforts. It's the entire dealership. Sales, parts, and our amazing service department.
17 times. Wow. How does that compare to other Honda dealers?
This award is only given to the most elite dealerships that demonstrate excellence. We really do strive to go above and beyond for the ultimate customer experience before and after the sale, Charlie.
That's why for 2022, Honda of Lincoln is once again Nebraska's #1 volume Honda dealer. Come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business, 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Experience the Landmark difference with the next level of dealer support. Landmark, your local John Deere dealer, continually works to have parts on hand the first time you walk in the door. Our internal route system means we can get the parts to you typically same or next day to keep you up and running. At Landmark, we understand time is money. Get more uptime with our after-hours parts and service support on the phone or in the field. Our sales, precision ag, parts and service teams are ready to serve you this planting season. Stop by your local Landmark today to experience the Landmark difference.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
This is Big Red Esports on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back. I'm Z. I'm the Nebraska Esports Club president, as well as the League of Legends game manager. I'm joined by my co-host.
Hi, I'm Lexi. I'm the social media manager, and Jaden and Sam, our other co-hosts, are currently out today. Jaden is driving back from Colorado, and Sam is just working.
Yep. You know, gotta make money somehow.
Yeah, exactly. Gotta stay alive.
You gotta pay the bills. You gotta survive. It's expensive to
Be a gamer in general. Yeah. Oh yeah, just live in general too. But yeah,
Yeah.
also be a gamer.
But I mean, that's just how. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I spend too much money on video games.
Yes. Yeah.
Just like not even like microtransactions. It's just like buying video games.
I just want to play any game that I can.
I want to play fun games with my friends.
Mhm.
That's like the main reason why I buy games most of the time. I do want to play It Takes Two.
Mhm.
I haven't gotten it yet.
It was I think David has like Xbox Game Pass
Game
or whatever
Pass?
because
Is it on
they just
Game
got rid of
Pass?
Xbox Gold, which is like basically Game Pass, the same thing. So
If I get Game Pass, then I get a lot of the Call of Duty games for free,
Free,
and
yep.
also I get Gunfire Reborn on Xbox.
and you can download it on PC. You can download like the Xbox client and get Game Pass, which is really nice.
I had a trial for Game Pass for a while, and I was supposed to play games with my friend, but then I didn't have time, and we didn't ever have our schedules line up because he lives in Spain. Very different time zones. So it
Yes,
made me
yeah.
feel really bad.
Mhm.
But I just didn't want to buy Gunfire Reborn again because I bought all the DLC on Steam.
Oh
and I didn't want to like
God.
rebuy it all.
Yeah.
I love the company, don't get me wrong. I mean,
This is expensive.
do I
It-
love the company? I don't know
Oh.
actually. I might have some beef with that company.
Ooh.
But I think it's more so just because of their
policies.
because they're based in China.
So what?
So
what
they have some
company-
privacy things.
What company is this?
I don't remember for
Oh,
Gunfire
okay.
Reborn, but I just know it's like a Chinese primary company. They also tend to sexualize a lot of their characters,
Oh.
and their characters are animals.
Hmm.
So it's a little weird. They've toned it down with the
That's
new
good,
characters,
yeah.
but the first few characters they released for that were women, I was like, or female like animals, I was like,
Yikes.
it's a little weird.
Yeah.
But I do enjoy that game a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't want to rebuy it. I'm sorry.
Makes sense. It makes sense. If you've already bought the game, then
Yeah.
yeah.
I just also there's like I don't know, not a big way around it to get it on Xbox.
Mhm.
Like you can get Steam keys for. Can you get keys for Xbox?
Yeah.
Probably.
I mean, you can buy like game card. It's kind of like I feel like it's kind of actually I don't know with Xbox. I know at least with Nintendo Switch you can like buy
I know you can buy cards.
cards and redeem them, but I don't know with
like
I've
a
never
digital
done
copy is what they're called, right?
I never tried with Xbox because you would just
Buy it.
buy
in
it on the store online if you wanted to.
I'm
yeah.
just glad I have the Bedrock for Minecraft,
Mhm.
just so I can play it with friends.
Mhm.
But that's like the only reason why I have that client.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's another thing is like how much games are in Game Pass and they just added more.
Xbox Game Pass by far superior than PlayStation's.
It is impressive.
10 times.
Their like what's the word? Their collection, I guess,
Mhm.
of games that you're able to play for free through Game Pass.
Hypothetically free. You're
Hypothetically.
paying a monthly payment.
But it's still like the amount of games versus just buying them. I mean, eventually it's gonna catch up to you for price, but that's gonna
Yeah.
take years
Yeah.
for it to like even out
Mhm.
for how much time that you're putting into these games, which is like impressive. And I'm honestly really impressed with how the Game Pass works. I'm also really shocked with how well and how compatible it is with Steam. They really made it like integrated, which is really nice. And also how integrated it is with League. You can link your Xbox Game Pass to League and unlock all of Champions for free. And you can unlock certain things for like TFT for free.
Wow.
Which I didn't know. but that was super cool. Like
Mm-hmm.
they are definitely working really hard in the marketing department.
Yeah, Microsoft just has the funds to do whatever they want.
Yep.
Quite literally, whatever they want, which so far they've done good stuff with what they've bought, and
I'm not mad.
I'm not mad. Like, they're doing better things than just local. I don't want to say indie because they're not indie. Like, they're doing better stuff than Activision Blizzard is doing for their company and all the other companies.
It's a
that
lot
they've bought.
healthier with how they're
Yes.
like presenting
Mhm.
themselves in the industry, which is really good. I'm excited.
Yes.
They had a little bit of like a rough start in esports.
Yeah.
And just video games in general.
But it's always hard to find your footing in
Oh,
those areas.
100%.
And figure out what not only the players like, but yeah,
Sorry,
it's cool. No, you're
shivering.
fine. And like, it's hard to find what not only the players like, but also what the actual competitors that are playing the esport, and also, please the companies. It's just really hard to do all three.
It's a
and
lot to balance.
It is, but
I mean, they're doing a great job, and I'm really excited to see where this goes because that means
Mhm.
more funds towards these passion project games that we've
Exactly.
been seeing, or
Exactly.
like just the funds to be able to have like more
Mhm.
added, more in depth to these games that we love. Like
hopefully more cheaper content to be added to these
we
games.
hope, fingers crossed.
Yeah.
God, I still can't get over the pricing to everything.
It's really
It's
unfortunate.
expensive to be a gamer who wants to look pretty.
Exactly.
And
And
all
just
of your
wants to have cute skins and
Please.
have a cute custom built PC that costs you a ton of money, and you still
The-
have to
the
buy the desk
aesthetic.
and the chair and the mouse pad and the mouse, and
Oh my gosh.
it's a lot of equipment for just wanting to play and
just
stream
to open
and-
Stardew Valley.
Yeah,
that's the meme
just
I
to play
see
The Sims,
everywhere.
yeah.
But it's like if that's the game that you enjoy, if you just want a better setup, go for it. It'll
Mhm.
feel way better. Honestly, then you can also run like 50 million things at
Exactly.
once, and
Exactly.
I love doing that.
Yes.
I have like Spotify, YouTube,
Mhm.
and my game playing,
Mhm.
and then Discord.
Yeah.
And everyone thinks I'm crazy, but that's like it's just a normal setup for a lot of people nowadays. You just have 50 million things in your background. I'll have my friends' Twitches.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah. But it's just a lot of equipment, and I don't regret it because then I can also, use my I justify it as, well, I'm going to be using the PC for the rest of my life. And I can always just take out a part and upgrade it.
Mhm.
And that'll be cheaper than having to buy a new laptop every 5 years in the long run.
And also, like, you have so much power in your PC. You can use it for rendering and
Mhm,
editing,
mhm.
especially like heavy video editing and
Yes.
rendering. Oh my gosh, I would die.
When I did my video production internship, their PCs were monsters. They were
Mhm.
insane. And so
'Cause you
that
have
was kind of also like another point of like, well, if I'm going to be editing video, I might as well spend all my money on it, because why not?
I mean, it's what your job is. When your
Yeah.
job is in technology, especially, you have to keep
Mhm.
up to date. And that's what
Mhm.
I've heard a lot for like that's why companies like Huddle upgrade their employees' techs every like 3 years. They make
Mhm,
sure that you
probably.
have the laptop that's up to date every single like 3 years to make
Mhm.
sure you're keeping up with the speed and just the power of newer like technology. Like the craziest thing is like our phones are technically computers and they're just in our pocket and they're so strong and powerful compared to even like the first computer ever built. Like
Yeah.
our phones are way more powerful than that.
Yep.
So it's
insane.
just
Technology is advancing really fast, and it's
just surprising.
it's weird to think about like how quickly technology has advanced in such a short amount of time.
I mean, just look at like the Apple headset. Like we had the Oculus Rift for a really long time, but the Apple headset just is like another level because
Yeah.
you can interact without controllers.
Mhm.
That's another step.
I think Meta's headset, because David has one of the headsets by
Mhm.
Meta, he can like
well now
put his hands out and everything. Yeah.
do that. But the one, like a lot of the earlier ones, like
You had
couldn't-
to use
you had to use like, these
handheld,
controllers,
yeah.
and it looked real dorky.
Yeah.
But it's just like so cool that they're getting to the point where it's like, oh, it'll recognize when you're making certain gestures.
And also, people have made like full body haptic suits to where there's this one
Mhm.
girl who streams Skyrim in a full body haptic suit, and it's basically to where you can feel if like a NPC punches you, you can feel it, or if there's like a gust of wind, it'll like blow in your face, or like, and it's just like if you're doing a spell and you like need to use a certain amount of power, it'll like feel like that power is
like
coming out of
going
you,
up
and yeah, it's people are like have have made that by themselves already, and so now these companies are going to start making all these things. And there's even like VR esports to where people are. We've talked about this a little bit, but not a lot. Just very, very briefly, to where these people are wearing like VR headsets and they're basically playing Call of Duty just in VR.
Yeah, I mean, and we saw this in a movie years ago, Ready Player One.
Yes, yeah.
And we all were like, "Oh, that's a while out," you know.
And they already had VR headsets when Ready Player One came out.
And it was like in Ready Player One, they had these huge rigs that you could get in and just like make it super immersive. And there's already things like that happening now, which is wild to me. You get haptic suits, you have like the treadmill, the rotating treadmill, and like everything. It's just so interesting, and I'm excited. I don't have the money for that, but
no, oh gosh, no.
Maybe someday.
Yes. All right, and we'll be right back after the break.
Repeat after me. I will not touch the fuse box.
I will probably not touch the fuse box.
Sip, do you remember what happened last time?
Yeah, I remember.
What happened?
Half of the city block lost power.
And?
My chicken condo went haywire.
That's right. The chickens ran wild. So what do we do instead?
Call Joe at Ambition Electric and let him handle everything. Look, saved on speed dial.
Ambition Electric, 402-217-3415 or online at ambitionelectric.com. Hi, Sean Callahan here with Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and it is Truck Month at Koppel, and we are pulling out all of the stops for this gigantic event. The lots are starting to fill, and we have some great deals for you waiting in Louisville. Brand new GMC Sierra Light Duty and new Silverado Light Duty trucks. All trim levels have up to $4,000 in discounts. That's right, up to $4,000 off all new light duty trucks right now at Koppel, so do not wait. Now is the time to buy a new truck, so stop on in or visit us online at koppelcars.com. You must have a trade-in and finance with Koppel. All deals with Roof Credit.
The best way to learn about Southeast Community College is to visit, and you can check out our spaces before you visit in person with a virtual campus tour, an opportunity to see our campuses in Beatrice, Lincoln, and Milford as you learn about our programs and areas of study. There are virtual tours of our learning centers too. We can even take you on a personalized virtual tour. Learn more on our website, southeast.edu/visit SCC. SCC, your path to possible.
You finally finished your man cave in the basement. Brand new furniture, huge TV, and all of your collector's items. You're ready for football season. You are so excited until one bad rain and it is all ruined. Don't risk a flooded basement and countless dollars in damages when it can be avoided. Call John Henry's today for a free sump pump estimate for your home.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing.
Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for Ready Mix Concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. Nebco offers great pay, medical, and retirement benefits, paid time off, and we pay for CDL training. Apply today to earn an average total compensation of $50,000 to $60,000 your first year driving. From Nebco's beginnings in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
Guys, when I first started with Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping, I weighed in at over 300 pounds. Now, less than a year later, I'm under 200 pounds for the first time since high school. I'm stronger, I'm healthier, and it all began with the Farrell's 10-Week Challenge. 10 weeks of kickboxing, strength training, and guided nutrition coaching to help you reach your fitness goals. Their next 10-week challenge begins on April 8th. If you're wanting to change your life like I have, head to theticketfm.com and click on Enroll Now on the homepage. Plus, get a promo code for a discount just for ticket listeners. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping.
Attention all Wings fans. 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings.
If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, listen up. Select Plumbing gets it right the first time on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. Plus, they're hiring service plumbers. If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Tailored Landscapes is actively preparing for spring. Things like getting new tree orders, getting equipment ready, and training staff to serve you the best we can. If you haven't already planned, now is the perfect time to figure out a maintenance plan for your yard. We're on the brink of spring cleanups for all of our existing customers and have limited spots left. We trim trees and shrubs when needed and only mulch proper amounts. Give us a call today at 402-432-2572 to set up a meeting with one of our designers and get ready for Tailored Life's grand opening in Bennett.
You know that feeling after a good, hearty meal? The worries of the world just slip away. Time slows down. Nothing but good times and good company. That's what you get with Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Mary Ellen's does food right, with a menu that includes smoked wings, pulled pork, brisket, catfish. And don't sleep on their sides, shrimp and grits, collard greens, baked beans. It's food that makes your heart happy. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul, just east of 27th and Pineland. Let them fix you a plate.
Hey there.
Hi, honey.
Uh-oh.
Remember we told Jamie and Mike about Liberty First Credit Union, how great their checking account and car loans are, the amazing service we get, and how we love being members?
Yeah.
Well, they took our advice. Jamie said how easy it was to move all their accounts and become members. Now they say they're banking with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union.
Learn more about being a member at libertyfirstcu.com. Liberty First Credit Union. Banking with purpose. Member NCUA.
There's a lot of realtors in Lincoln, but don't get overwhelmed by all the names. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realtor Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate is your go-to option when buying or selling residential and commercial property. Ben's team offers unbeatable customer service and promises to make the buying and selling process as stress-free as possible. Call Ben today at 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate. No pressure, just professionalism.
Problem gambling affects more than the gambler. It affects spouses, children, extended family members, and friends. If you are a loved one who's struggling with addiction, contact Choices Treatment Center's helpline at 402-476-2300. That's 476-2300.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful.
I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Sauter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great.
We're definitely coming back. Sure.
Sauter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SauterHeyman.com.
Hi, it's Charlie Stone again, and with me on the line, Andy Goodyear, General Manager of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, I know how proud you and everyone at the dealership are to earn the prestigious Honda President's Award year after year, 17 times. Tell our listeners what it means to you and your customers.
Thanks, Charlie. Yes, all of us are extremely proud to have earned this award, and I want all of our customers to know it's not just earned by one person's effort. It's the entire dealership. Sales, parts, and our amazing service department.
17 times. Wow. How does that compare to other Honda dealers?
This award is only given to the most elite dealerships that demonstrate excellence. We really do strive to go above and beyond for the ultimate customer experience before and after the sale, Charlie.
That's why for 2022, Honda of Lincoln is once again Nebraska's #1 volume Honda dealer. Come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business, 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Experience the Landmark difference with the next level of dealer support. Landmark, your local John Deere dealer, continually works to have parts on hand the first time you walk in the door. Our internal route system means we can get the parts to you typically same or next day to keep you up and running. At Landmark, we understand time is money. Get more uptime with our after-hours parts and service support on the phone or in the field. Our sales, precision ag, parts, and service teams are ready to serve you this planning season. Stop by your local Landmark today to experience the Landmark difference.
This is Big Red Esports on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back. I am the Nebraska Esports Club President Z, as well as the League of Legends Game Manager.
And I'm Lexi, I'm the Social Media Manager. And I'm basically just going to use this last little bit of our segments to pressure Z into doing research and buying custom parts for
Because
PC.
the last time you pressured me into buying something, I did it.
So clearly it works. No, but like, yeah, just in general, custom building your PC is really rewarding as a gamer in general. And even if you don't buy the parts right away, you can at least do research to know like what parts are good. And then when stuff upgrades, you can choose to either buy that or continue whatever you had. And it is really rewarding. And there's some really cute parts out there.
I know.
I have a
I've
custom built all white PC.
That was what I was gonna do.
Yes,
like genuinely, that was gonna be my.
I have a
theme.
picture of it on my phone,
my
so I can
gosh.
show you it.
Okay, you have to show
Oh,
me.
I will. And like even my graphics card is white. There's like white embellishments on my motherboard. She's really pretty.
Okay, yeah, there's like, and I think the one thing, because I do plan on just building my own PC, because one, I would know what's going in it. That's like my
Exactly.
biggest thing, is like that's why I like cooking, is because I know what's going into my food.
Exactly.
And so it's like, you know what's going into your PC, you know what to expect from it. If it's not working, you know exactly what's like, or like you know exactly what you need to look over.
Exactly.
And that's what's a lot more like, I guess, the pros of having your own PC that you built, because you know everything that's in it.
You already
know
put it
how
together.
you know how it's put together. You know what you can switch out, what you can upgrade. You know what exact like specifications you have, because you literally probably stared at like so many research pages on each of these parts for hours. And so it's just like it's more rewarding. It's honestly cheaper in the end, because you're not paying for labor and you're paying for parts that you actually like want. And then you also can customize it. And that's like my biggest thing, is that I love customization on anything, which is a big issue in a lot of video games, because that means I have to pay for customization.
Yep.
But like I've seen so many cute PC setups. It has been tempting me lately, because I am on Instagram a lot. I am on Twitter a lot, and I see so many cute gamer girl setups.
There was a girl who had liquid cooling with like the pump in it, and she made a heart with her tube. It was really cute.
I want liquid cooling, but it is so scary.
Yeah, well, you can get an AIO pump, and that's like the basic liquid cooling. And then like I have those fans at least. So I have
the main
some...
thing for me to be just like, when I move, I would be so scared of moving it.
Well, I mean, AIO pumps, they're pretty contained, but if you get the actual outside pump in the PC, then that's something that you'd have to really
I
be
don't
careful
know.
of.
It's just all like, there's so many different things that you can do with it. So I'm very excited to like get into it.
Yes.
I have no money right now. That is
Well,
my biggest.
it's okay. I had no money when I first started doing research into building a PC, and then I was like, okay, I need to put away X amount of money to then buy these parts. You know, like I bought like all my RAM and my I bought my Intel chip, and I bought my RAM and my motherboard all at the same time, so I could at least put everything on my motherboard that I needed to, even though I didn't plug in my RAM all the way.
It's okay.
we all have to learn. The motherboard
We all
in my
have to
case. Yeah. So it is really rewarding. I would highly recommend it. And even anybody listening that wants to get into gaming, and you know, you're gonna have to, if you do consoles, you're gonna have to buy like a $500 console like every 5 years whenever they release it, and you can just one time buy custom parts for your PC. You can make it as expensive or as cheap as you want it. You can always upgrade a part, and it'll, in the long run, it'll save you money.
And PCs are usually extremely compatible with most games.
Yes.
And a lot of games right now are actually being PC release.
Only.
Only. But also, you see a lot of ports coming in. You have emulators, which I can't technically fully support for legal reasons.
Yes.
But there is options for emulators, which people have actually been getting on their phones now.
Oh yeah.
So there's that. It just, PCs are so versatile. You can also use them for work. You can use them just for like casual use, and you still can use it for those heavy duty games like Monster Hunter World, where the graphics are crazy, or like Diablo, where the graphics again are like just amazing and gorgeous. There's just so much going on. Or if you just don't want to lag out during your Overwatch game while all of the effects are going off.
Yes. Yeah. It's just overall a better place to game. It's a better software for you to use in general.
Because you can't really mod your console. There are things you can do.
You can, but you can mod a console. You can mod a console, but then it legally cancels out your warranty for it. So if something happens to your console and you mod it, it's technically, if something bad happens to it, the company is not gonna replace it or whatever.
Actually, which is why a lot of Smash players are very timid on modding out their Switches. A lot of them still do. Nothing against it. I think it's a very cool thing if you can figure out how to do it. It seems too complicated for my brain to comprehend, so I don't. But yeah, there's just like things with consoles. It's like it holds you back from modding or modifications and stuff like that. And PC, it's not. There's nothing against it because you're building it.
Exactly.
And so that's like the really nice part. It's customization of everything. So I think that's our talk for today. We kind of just duoed today with our show.
But it
Jaden
was
and
good.
Sam being gone. But we did have a good conversation today. We went through CSGO gambling addiction, and we went through cozy games, PC building, all sorts of different topics today. So thanks for joining us.
And we'll see you next week.
Yep. All right. Bye, guys.